Welcome back, one and all. My name is Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Tyranny. Where we left off last time, we had just killed a baby. and,
I'll do it for the
now we are
North.
in the sort of ruins of Sentinel Stand. It's definitely seen better days. Let's talk to Janos really quickly. Oh, we can't. He doesn't have anything to say. So I guess we're just gonna leave. There's nothing else to loot here. We looted everything inside. It's time to, move on with our mission, I suppose. What is our mission now, actually? We have to go back and discuss our next move with Ari. Okay, fair enough. Let's get that underway. But you know what we should do first is go to our forge and see what that new crushing hammer thing is we picked up. I'm really kind of curious as to what it is. Oh, we actually have to walk all the way back? Okay. Fair enough. I wonder if we'll be ambushed on the way, perhaps. Otherwise, I'm not really entirely sure why they wouldn't just give us the zone map. Maybe just to let the gravity of the situation sink in after killing a baby. Okay, so let's go to Sunset Spire. That is where our forge is. We can also probably go to our library one and pick up the artifact pattern that I'm sure is there, hopefully. But I do want to see what this crashing hammer, or thundering hammer, whatever it was that we built does. It might be a very useful weapon for us, who knows? What have you completed? 2 whole iron and 2 whole bronze. That's not really what I was hoping for, but I found this helmet in the Rust Canyons. What can you tell me about it? This is the Hawkeye helm. With this I should be able to recreate it for you. Forge something for me. The Hawkeye helm, you say? The Hawkeye helm is a leather helmet, which has plus 10 accuracy. It's pretty good. Wait, sorry, Scorn wasn't the thing we wanted to make. It was Deathbringer, that's what we wanted to make. We don't have the obsidian fragment required, though. Which is unfortunate. There was also... What is the reforged left hand of Cairn? Well, that's pretty fancy. It gives us an extra finesse. That's a lot of iron, though, that we need for it. Crashing Thunder is the other one. It's a two-handed axe. It starts out as just Exquisite, which is pretty good. On hit, it does push and also stun. So it's okay. It's not great. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way for it or anything. Alright, let's go see if there's an artifact pattern for us at the other place, and then we'll go hand in the quest. Yes, I would like to instantly teleport across. If you could instantly do the loading screen, that would be good too, but I highly doubt that that is going to be the case, unfortunately. Although it's a small area, so it should load relatively fast, I would imagine. Okay. Have you done a pattern for me? Great progress. Allow me to show findings. Hierarch's robes. Interesting. We'll go take a look at that. Research things for... Oh, there's no more artifact plans. Research a sigil scroll then, I guess. Thank you kindly. Let's go see what the robes are. They might be good for somebody. It's worth a quick glance anyways. If they are good, maybe we'll make them. If they're not, then we'll just abandon ship and move on. Go back to Vendrian's Well and talk to Ari and see who is left to recruit for our little coalition government. Probably nobody. Oops, wrong person. You. forge something. Hierarch's robes. If I were the Hierarch's robes, where would I be? Right there. So, just common quality. Deflection 8%. Plus 10 to all magical skills. That's pretty damn nice. Draws forth the form of a horrifying mask of energy. All enemies within a cone become terrified. It's okay. It's nothing spectacular. I think our armor is actually better. So, off to Vendrian's Well. And we should be there in but a moment. Mostly just a loading screen moment. So we own several strongholds around the world now. It's pretty nice. Okay. Let's talk to Tarkus. With Sentinel stand in our keeping, Stalwart is a step closer to being restored to unbroken hands. Matthias beams with pride as he regards those assembled in Ascension Hall. In spite of our differences, our petty disagreements, and whatever challenges are still to come, I am proud to be among you. Hear, hear. A hearty southern welcome swells my heart in these dark times. We should all remember to keep our humors so emboldened. As you can tell, our little coalition is not so little anymore. We need to take some time to regroup as allies and discuss the future. I will keep you abreast of any updates. She regards you with an uncertain frown. It bears recalling that all of this started in earnest when you claimed the mountain spire. If you haven't already, I would look into the other spires scattered across the tiers. You might learn something more about this influence you seem to cultivate. People will look to you as a beacon of hope, and you had best be prepared for everything that could mean. I've already done that. Who are you and what do you want? Why are you here? The Scarlet Chorus are attacking the Citadel. The breathless runner takes in the shocked glances. There are gangs of Crimson as far as I could see. There must be thousands of them. I was wondering who'd be the first to strike directly. If our scout speaks true, we are up against a foe that will strike us in staggering numbers. Eltimar, what are your orders? I don't think we can just hack our way out of this, but falling back is not an option. Are the Chorus forces alone, or are the disfavored here to ruin things? Reports indicate the disfavored sent troops out of Ironhearth headed west, but they aren't headed here. We've no word of them crossing into the valley. This time we'll be facing an enemy that isn't distracted by its own breakdown of civility. I need to see a larger picture of the battle first. Let's discuss the top of the spire. Everybody's going upstairs. We have a big attack to withstand. We do have lots of allies with us, so that's good. Maybe the spire itself will help us. It is a thing of tremendous power, after all. Kairos' forces have the Citadel surrounded, and our scouts tell us more of them are on the way. Ari points out across the horizon towards specks of movement in the panorama of the valley below. She points towards the mountains to the northeast. You can see the line of reinforcements snaking back north to the Stone Sea. I'm all for a good challenge, but this seems impossible. Even if we call in all of our alliances, the odds are beyond hopeless. The massive sculpture rumbles, shaking the masonry of the spire, sending her off balance. I knew it, it's going to be this thing. That is super cool. The orb in the center of the resonator spins with the push of some unseen force. Where the structure once exuded warmth, now it gives off a ferocious heat that singes your face the longer you stare into it. A sound like music swarms in the air around the structure, but is painful and disharmonious to your ears. Well, this is shit, Siren has to shout over the disharmonious music. You'd think a spire would know some better songs, but I guess there's no accounting for taste. She refocuses on you with a mixed expression. You do realize that the energies of this place are all centered on you. I don't know what makes you so special. The spire is now fully awake. Its long dormant currents of energy dance to your presence. Thrown off balance by the trembling spire, Ari crouches to regain her footing. That wasn't an attack, that was the spire, right? Because if that was an attack... As the ruler of the spire, I have a mystic link to this place. Give me a moment and I'll get to the bottom of this. Fatebinder, now's as good a time as any to see if your link with the spire can yield us some measure of defense. At the very least, perhaps you could make sure no one is able to teleport up here. If you can control that, we can at least ensure ourselves a fallback position. When I shattered the Edict of Stone, I was struck by a flood of visions, a mystic wisdom about the edict. Oh no! Oh, I could try to proclaim an edict. When I shattered the Edict of Stone, I was struck down by a flood of visions, mystic wisdom about the edict. I could try and proclaim it without Kairos' words. I'm sure those soldiers below don't really know if you carry the words of Kairos or not. Might be worth seeing how many of them fall for the bluff. Here we go. The mystic hum of the spire pulses to the cadence of your heart. The ancient structure awaits your command. Touch the resonator and concentrate. Prepare yourselves. I have an edict to proclaim. As you touch the stone structure, your sense of the movement slows, and you feel the entirety of the tears at your fingertips. The spire stands ready to channel your will. Select a region to view its current edict or to issue a new one. I can do one of two edicts. I can do the Edict of Stone or the Storms. These ones are locked out. We can't do them yet. Try Storms. Or Stone. Party effects, negative 15 to all magic skills, which sucks. Plus 30 to control stone, which is good. Defense against prone, really good. What's the other one? Negative 30 control fire. Actually, that's not too bad either. Lightning will do awesome. We could give Siren a lightning spell and upgrade Lantries. Okay. Edict of Storm it is. We are the Exarch, Act 2. We haven't entered Act 3 yet, so we're about, I don't know, probably about halfway through the game at this point, I would imagine. That actually worked. Ari leaps in the air, pumping her arm in excitement, only for her face to turn pale a moment later. That actually worked. Her eyes laden with fear dart towards you. How is that even possible? Having broken the edict, I seem to be able to recreate it, if in a limited fashion. So you've absorbed a fragment of the Overlord's magic, perhaps? Ari shakes her head. There's a reason I don't deal with arcane nonsense. I'm as baffled as you are, but what you're saying is probable, as a guess as any. Our binder has proclaimed edicts and broken them too. She regards you with a cautious glare, just when I think I have you figured out. We can ponder this later. For the moment, we need to strike while the surprise is still fresh. Captain Ari tightens the fasteners on her gauntlets as she marches towards the portal. I'll be sure to leave a couple alive. Someone needs to tell the others what happens when they attack Eltimar. That's right. That is one of the coolest things I've seen in a game, though. That is...
for the north.
That actually makes me super happy. Okay, we're going to take 2 seconds just to make a lightning spell for her, because she's going to need one. Also, we can probably get some of these confusions actually good. Maybe not that one. Go away. Oh, I can't get rid of it. Okay, that's fine. We'll replace it. We need to do spells. First of all, you, lightning spell. You have 150 something lore now. You can definitely pick up a better one. Piercing? No. Spell Surge? No. Bleeding? No. Stunning? Maybe. Marking. I think Stunning sounds good to me. Let's give it the better strength upgrade. Oh, we can also make a chain better too. Maybe the second better strength upgrade. What is that? Oh, it's an interrupt, okay. And this one? Oh, it's armor penetration as well. That's fancy. We're getting all sorts of add-ons we can do. We can't quite get that. So, lore 145. Let's update that one. What other expressions do we have for this one? What's fulmination? Release several waves of electrical energy, charging enemies with shock vulnerability. Following the final wave, unleash all of the contained energy upon foes in a violent surge of power. Awesome. Alright, let's do that. That sounds really cool. We'll get rid of this ability. So it does several waves, right? And extra shock damage. So let's make it good. First of all, this one. We can give them stun. Stun might be really useful for that particular ability. Let's make it rangeful. It's a radius attack. Okay. Let's make it recover a little bit faster, but not too fast, because we don't really need it too much. Duration is fine the way it is. We could make the cone better, but that's not really going to help us too much. We could give it armor pen, but nah. We'll give it super strength, and that should be about good. Alright, let's see her lightning bolt. So she's at 102 lore. She's pretty much maxed out on her lightning bolt currently. And we could actually change Unsettled Core to be a lightning shield, I think. No, we can't. That being said, she can do the lightning wave as well. Why not? Let's make it stun. A little bit stronger. And a little bit quicker. I think that's about all we can do to it without massively going over our lore limit. I guess we can give it a little bit more range. No, we can't. That's too much. Alright. Let's go. We're going downstairs. That's good enough for now. Let's go fight some things. It's time to kill them all. Kill all the Scarlet Chorus. Find them. Find all the chorus. Kill them. Anyone remember the movie that's from? Except it actually uses humans and mutants instead. Intermittently. Oh! Damn. That was cool. That's a lot of bodies out there. A gang of rain-soaked Scarlet Chorus trails behind Death Knell, a mixture of awe and confusion resting upon their faces. What foul trick are you playing with that such weather comes to your aid? I should thank you for separating the wheat from the chaff. The sight of seeing dozens struck dead by lightning made a good show to startle the deadweights. She points back behind her shoulder, leaving the bravest with the privilege of tearing off your limbs one joint at a time. She turns to her soldiers and lets out a primal howl, her warriors echoing the battle cry in dissonant tones. Many of the soldiers hesitate to move forward, their eyes transfixed on you, their legs shaking. Some appear soaked in the pantaloons with wet stains of fear, others blinking away the tears of rising dread. Fools! Did you not hear me proclaim that edict? Either I cast that edict by myself, or did so with the Overlord's blessing. Think that through very carefully. Do not liken yourself to the Overlord. Your magic may have startled my weaker troops, but your magic is nothing my own blood chanters cannot affect. Isn't that right? She looks to one of her mages for a nod of approval, but is met instead with a blanched look of fear, mouth agape in terror. Enough talk. You'll be trampled and forgotten. Only the voices of Narat will remember your name. Can you imagine how disheartening that is? Be like, we could do that too, right, guys? Just like, yeah, no.
Your days end here.
Alright, time to go take someone down. Death Knell is not our problem currently. Let's go take down the enemies. Let's move in so we can actually see a little bit better. So there is a Scarlet Fury, a Bloodhound, a Blood Chanter, and a Blood Sage. That Blood Sage is going to be the first to... Why am I dancing around like a moron? I'm on fire. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Not so fast.
That Sage is being annoying, running around like an idiot.
Right.
Come on, stop being on fire. I'm gonna heal Barrack. Someone heal Barrack again. Okay. Scarlet Fury Bloodchanter's next.
I require going down. Is that from the record?
Get Barrack back up, please. Okay, you. Why can't you cast any spell? Oh, your spellcasting's blocked. I see. She's probably gonna go down. That's just the way of the world sometimes. How did that thing heal to full life? Let's put him back down to not full life. Where are these guys coming from? There's another sage coming. And Death Knell is still alive, apparently. Get healing going. Yay, it's dead. Now we do have more things to kill, unfortunately. Did you heal yet?
As you command.
Please heal like now. I was hoping it wouldn't bounce to this character, but that's okay.
My armor is dented. Let me repair.
That Scarlet Fury is not taking enough damage by any means. Can you res again? Not quite. Getting there, but it's not at that point yet. Let's use this ability.
I will break you.
It's time. Who we got here? Sage, Scarlet Fury's barely injured, but Death Knell is actually taking a lot of damage. You can also get some healing going. Near death. Oh, we were supposed to heal. Actually, that's okay. He can heal instead. You, I want you to hit.
My armor is dented. Let me repair it.
Why are you not dead yet? Please just die.
I got it.
Do that. Actually.
Pay attention, kids. You might learn something.
Scarlet Fury's almost dead. Bloodhound's almost dead, but we've lost our healers. Like all of them. And we're on fire again. Which really shouldn't be possible in the blistering rain that's going on. This is a tough fight, though. A very tough fight. I wasn't quite prepared for this one. Do you have a heal? Heal. Like now. You hit that sage hard. Almost dead.
At once.
What's that thing at? Badly injured and just normal injured. Ooh, he's almost dead.
repair it.
Fireball! No, lightning bolt. Next one's dead. Who's left? Bloodhound thing.
Right.
Alright.
I am your shield wall.
If I had kids, they'd be free. As you command.
Okay.
Will do.
As you command.
My armor feels...
Oh, good. That actually really helped us out. Good job on leveling, right in the nick of time. Oof.
Take me if you can.
Let's go finish off this Scarlet Fury, and then we'll be good to go. I think that'll be the end of this fight. There we go. Whew. That was a lot of ads that joined into that fight.
Slowing me down.
Hold.
I need rest.
Don't pursue them out of the citadel. Captain Tarkus lifts her sword, triumphantly issues the order. Let those who have survived the edict and our blades live to spread word of our deeds. I thought that we would blunt our last weapon, cracking Chorus skulls, before being overwhelmed, but the rabble was downright terrified by your edict, and panic has claimed the giant mob. I almost feel sorry for the Chorus warriors who were brave enough to stand their ground and fight us. Almost. You ought to travel up the spire and get a view of our glorious aftermath from high up. I'm sure you'll enjoy seeing the enemy flee the valley. She salutes you with a smile. As always, good hunting with you, Eltimar. Your work here is done. I'll oversee the wounded and salvage. No, you won't. I'll salvage my own bodies, thank you very much. There's loot to be got. Although this isn't the best loot. Okay, where's the good loot? Aha! There we go. Crimson Great Spear, which is better than ours. Is that really better than our weapon? It is apparently better than the Ring Blade. That being said, our Ring Blade is getting us free monies, so you know what? We'll keep it around. There's a couple of corpses outside as well, but we can't go to them.
Won't happen.
It would appear that we are barred from leaving our camp. And we did gain a level with Barrack, so he's gonna grab maybe a little bit more wits. Just so he doesn't quite die from magic as often. And we have a new talent for him. Oh, he's got one talent. So we can get engagement attack, which might be good. Fierce demeanor. Enemies nearby Barrack have their resolve reduced. Well, that's kind of fancy. It's only a chance to give enemies, or to attack enemies that engage me. I think the intimidating one is better. Lower resolve is always good.
Let's have it then.
Now who is this person? Why is he just standing here? He's wearing a Scarlet Chorus helmet. It's kind of weird. Oh well, we're going back inside. I guess we're going up top? Probably? Shocked and demoralized by your display of power and the ease which you dispatched their leader, the Scarlet Chorus fighters lose their nerve and scatter in defeat. The survivors carry with them fearful murmurs of the powerful Archon Eltimar, a being of enormous might who can cast an edict with the same authority as the Overlord. Confusion sets across the realm amidst the whispers and misinformation. One fact remains consistent: the Overlord's power has been challenged. You safely assume that such rumors are making their way back to Kairos. The high winds of your edict sweep the air, dashing debris against your spire. Torrential rains fall, hitting the hard enough to bruise bare skin. Lightning strikes the ground, endangering anyone out in the open. It isn't long before the storm begins to wane, slowly falling from a gale to a light rainstorm, and after a few days, it becomes a simple breeze. Eventually, the skies calm as your edict dissipates, releasing Vendrian's Well from its grip. You gather a small council of your closest allies and plan your next steps from the safety of your spire. No sooner do you get started than Kaleo, Fatebinder of Tunon, pays a visit bearing an important message. Oh man, that's not going to go well. Tunon is going to be really unhappy. Because we are not really an Archon. I keep hearing about this little spire you've been calling your own. Nodding with a smirk, Fatebinder Kaleo peers over the edge of the tower. Now that you've slaughtered those who would take your lands, I think your claim is as official as it gets. What did I do to earn a visit from a Fatebinder? Do you have an edict to proclaim against me? A fair guess. I was expecting Tunon to hand me a scroll case with Kairos' seal on it. She shakes her head with a chuckle. After what you just pulled, I would have wagered my last ring that Kairos would have cast a very selective edict against you. But alas, the Overlord has other plans in mind. No one's entirely sure what to make of you these days, Eltimar. They all say you spoke an Edict of Storms, not a proclamation of an Edict of Kairos, but your own Edict of Storms, your own mystical storm. You're no mere Fatebinder, of that much we can be certain. You've proclaimed and broken the Overlord's edicts perhaps one too many times? If I'd have known you could do this when we first met you, I'd maybe have tried in earnest to kill you. I hope for the sake of Tyranny that the right person has inherited this gift. It's fine, Eb, don't worry about it. I don't know what to make of you, Fatebinder. Proclaiming and breaking the Overlord's magic, claiming these awful towers, it should come as no surprise that an edict is within your grasp, but I still find room for surprise. You're powerful in ways that the gang bosses and mages aren't. You commanded this place to do your bidding and unleashed something incredible upon the world. This isn't the work of a Fatebinder. If anything, it's the work of an Archon. Beastwoman will follow Alpha from here to ends of Tyr's land, and further still will Paw prowl deep into the cold north, hunting armies of Kairos at Alpha's side. Together, Shadowhunter and Alpha will slaughter the whole of Prima's tribe. I don't have any idea how you're able to do this, but it isn't power that any scholar can wield. This is something else. You're not just some ambitious hedge mage who learned it out of a book. You're more like an Archon, where it just comes naturally. She shakes her head with a grin. I always knew you'd be a delightful bit of trouble, but I didn't think you had a touch of the Overlord's power in you. Why didn't you tell me? I genuinely didn't know I had it in me. You didn't know if it would work, and you decided to play with the arcane equivalent of a mountain tipping over? My confidence in you swells, Fatebinder. It's only natural to have doubted yourself. The edicts have always been the magic of Kairos, and Kairos alone. Anyone claiming to be able to cast an edict would be presumed crazy, and yet a sane man watching what you just did would see the power of the Overlord in your voice. Curious, she chaps her chin, looking at you from head to toe. Suppose you've no reason to play the fool. I'll say that however it is time you came into this power, know that you've However it is you came into this power, know that you've drawn the attention of the Overlord, so congratulations, I think? I come bearing orders direct from the Overlord. Kaleo clears her throat, her voice becoming somber and severe. Kairos has decreed two things. First, the Overlord has demanded that one, and only one Archon is fit to rule the Tiers. To that end, Archons are to settle through death or dominance who is the one Archon fit to inherit the Tiers. And the second decree? Kairos has decreed that you are the newest Archon. Oh shit. Fatebinder Kaleo bows with an exaggerated flourish. So the other Archons now have orders to control or destroy you, and the other way around. Her face becomes a beaming smile. See, this is why I tried to avoid getting Kairos' attention. What if we don't fight? Why not ignore this order? If you wish to loaf on your hindquarters, have at it, but I doubt any of the other Archons will ignore this order. Every Archon in the Tiers has been given free rein to slaying the others. None are protected by Kairos' peace. It is no longer a crime for Asher Narat to kill you, or the other way around. Kairos knows, rightfully so, that enmities, new and old, will drive the Archons to mutual destruction. The Overlord need only remove the pretense of peace and watch the ensuing violence. Kaleo shrugs with a smile. Would you have preferred another do-or-die edict? I've heard enough, and I know what comes next. The other Archons will bend to my will or die. First step is deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons, Kaleo offers a smug nod. I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming struggle. Know that when you come for Bled and Mark and Tunon, I and the other Fatebinders won't interfere. Cool, thanks. Let's get one thing clear. I want no part of this little contest, Fatebinder. Sorry, Archon. I bow to you. The rest of the madmen can fight over the right to rule this mountainous shithole. I accept, thank you. Siren bows with a graceful sweep of her arm and curtsy. Just don't let Narat get away with a bat of the eye lash and a polite surrender. She doesn't like Narat at all, but Siren bowed to me. A question me and the other binders have been asking. Can you do this again? Nunaval believes in you. Another who shall remain nameless takes a more cynical stance than the Overlord has a hand so far up your ass she can puppet your mouth, and you couldn't cast a second edict if you tried. She sizes you up head to toe. Me, I think you have it in you. Or at least I like the idea of proclaiming an edict of yours someday. I have something in mind for the voices of Narat. I'll issue an edict upon the cacophony in the Stone Sea. Oh, the tears are about to get a lot more interesting with that attitude. Cleo nods with a satisfied grin, rubbing her belly. I can taste their lamentations already. With a nod, Cleo begins to make out her way to the exit. When you rule, Taratus, look me up. If you're successful, I know I'll be in need of a new Archon to serve. I know I'm mostly sober, but just so we're clear, you did just issue an edict, right? Lantry taps his quill on his tongue, unsure of what next to write. First you cast an edict, then this full-on war of Archons. This whole chapter of the Chronicle is, well, it's reading like fiction. So Kairos has ordered all the Archons to fight it out until only the strongest remain? I think we can safely say that the Scarlet Chorus philosophy has been vindicated. A rumbling murmur stirs from under Barrick's helmet, devoid of any cognate words. Alpha birthed own words of power like humans prima called Kairos, is better mystic than broodmother to kills in shadow, than Stonestalker's 100 blood, than beastwoman Archon slaughtered by mark of shadows. She snorts and grins savagely. Kills in shadow knew Alpha was most powerful human in whole of Tyr's lands. A curved claw taps the side of her snout. Nose was not wrong. One last thing, hesitating before she leaves, Cleo taps the parchment she's been holding to her forehead with a self-depreciating scoff. All of this talk of you being the second coming of the Overlord, I almost forgot my duties. This is a court summons from Bledenmark, Tunon's assassin. I suggest you read it carefully as part of your preparations. Your survival may depend upon it. Good luck. Archon. What are we the Archon of? Everyone's an Archon of something. There's the Archon of War. Binder Eltimar. Ari approaches you breathless. Our scouts have spotted disfavored forces marching on Lethian's crossing. The decree from Kairos must have put fire under Graven Ash. I bet my Spiri wants the town's iron under his control. We need to gather our forces and strike back. Call a meeting of the coalition. You're right, I'll gather everyone to discuss our next steps. We can count on them accomplishing that much. She frowns, though Kairos knows if they'll cooperate with each other. We'll be waiting for you at Ascension Hall. I think we're going to end the video here. That was super cool. We are now an Archon of something. We don't have an official title. So I'm going to pick my own. We are now the Archon of Baby Slaying. No, that's a terrible Archon name. We can be the Archon of... You know what? You guys decide. What are we the Archon of? I'll let you guys pick and choose. You guys can leave it in the comments and then we'll be the Archon of whatever you decide. I think that sounds pretty cool and fair. So that's going to be the end of our video. Like always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful night and take care.